Hello, beautiful people. I really don't know how much I have to say, but I felt that this was the opportune time, and now I'm trying to move more on those nudges. Not, is it fully baked? Is it all the things that need to be said today? Is it whatever it is? I just want to flow. I think that is the frequency of my life right now, and hopefully it's yours. And if it's not yours, I hope that you find the flow, not in that something is wrong, but in that when you flow, you live one day at a time. When you flow, you understand that God's plans is better than your plans. When you flow, you give yourself grace easily. More easy. I don't know how to say that. But you find a rhythm to flow. Maybe that's how to say it. And it's no editing because we're living life in real time. And I think I started thinking of this journey, all of the things that I wanted, all of the things that I needed, and it was never an opportune time for life to happen. It was never an opportune time for me to need something to tell me to keep going. But God always provided that. So I just pray that this is that. My message today is you're in control to a certain extent. Now, let's just preference this whole entire exchange to we're not leaving God out. But it's funny because I just told my son last week, faith without works is dead. And a lot of times when people hear that, it's like, you're looking at it literally, or how can you say this? But God is always there. Yeah, he is. But what are you doing to help him? Are you really trusting him? Or are you sitting back and say, hey, God, I surrender? Because I have those moments too. But surrendering and giving up is two different things. Surrendering and not trying is two different things. So at some place in it all, you have to ask yourself, what does this mean? How am I showing up? In what ways am I helping or hurting myself? Because God wants all the good things for you. But what are you doing? It's your job to make yourself happy. It's not nobody else's job. And honestly, let's be honest, that's a hard thing to do, to try to make somebody else happy when they don't even know how to be happy themselves. Have you ever tried that? And what a burden it is for somebody's happiness to be contingent upon how someone else makes them feel. Vulnerability moment, huh? I've been there. I remember I used to cry in a past relationship. I used to cry. Like, this is at the beginning of the relationship. I ended up getting better. But I was taught that. And it wasn't like I'm crying for attention or I'm crying because I needed somebody to fix anything. Crying was just a way I expressed my emotions at the time and not understanding what it did to the other person, because when I cried, he felt as though he needed to solve something or fix something or help me with something, when deep down inside I could have been hurt at something, but I don't know that I was essentially telling him to fix it. But I felt like after years and years and years of looking at my behavior in that space, it gave that. It gave, help me, make me happy, do this for me, and then I'll be happy. And I don't know. I don't know if that's what he took from it. And if he did take that from it, oh, God, forgive me for that, because that's a hard place to be. That's a hard place to be. And I never want to put that on anybody. And for us, when we're self-reflecting, we have to say what truly makes us happy. And happiness, and this is a conversation that I've had recently, happiness and joy is two different things. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Inside Out 1 and 2. Brilliant people, by the way, but our emotions are real. Happiness is a state of being. And because that is a state of being, the being is you. That state of being cannot be if you're not that being. I hope that makes sense. And if it don't, it's okay too. But yeah, you're in control of that. And I made a post today about negative self-talk. A lot of the things that we get when we're going through life is the things that we say to ourselves. It's the things that we're constantly thinking. This happened, now I think this. That happened and I think this. Oh my God, this happened and I'm so upset. I'll never be happy. I can never be happy. Why can't I be happy? God, why does this happen to me? Why does this take my happiness away? How does this alter my happiness? Why did this come to shift my happiness? I was just so happy last week. Why can't I be happy today? Because you're looking at happiness as a thing versus something that you are. And that's up to you. Nobody else can change that. No, it's nobody's job to. Because let's be honest, they got to worry about their own happiness. If I worry about my happiness, if I worry about my joy, if I worry about what's coming out of me, and I encourage us all to do that, then how I move through the world is in that way. I don't need you to take care of that because I want to be happy when I reach you. I don't need you to worry about it. Now, this is not saying that we don't hold space for people and each other, because that's a must. That's what God would want us to do. But allowing your happiness to be contingent on said thing, that's a you problem, not a them problem. Yeah. It's not nobody else's job. And stop giving that power to other people. For one, they can't even sit in the power because they don't know how to do it. 9 times out of 10, we're asking people to help us be happy when they haven't even mastered their own happiness. But if we all work on self, it's us. It's those things that we need. And it's your job. A quote came up on my phone: everywhere you go, you are. Newsflash. You're not going to escape you. The thoughts, the feelings, the things, the emotions, the trauma, the fill in the blank. That's for you to work out. Like my mom loves to say, you got to work out your own salvation. It's a very broad statement, and I'm not going down that bunny trail, but give yourself the things that you're looking for other people to give you. And that means it all. State of being, which we talked about being. When you think about the state of being and emotions, that's a you job and not a them problem. And when you put it on them to help you with the you problem, we already failed. And it's so incredibly beautiful that people do try. But even when we're trying, because you might be a person that you're wanting to help somebody get to their own happiness. I spent years and years and years loving somebody or loving people. I can't even just put it on one person. I've loved people to the detriment of me being sad because they didn't see themselves how I saw them. That's not a them problem. I looked at them in that light. And whether it's their true light or not, I chose to do that. So it's not up to them to live up to my false expectations. Because while it is an expectation, subtly, Not saying, oh my God, you should be, oh my God. You're not doing that. Let's be honest. Now, we're going to keep it a buck. We're going to keep it a buck. It's the subtle things that make us like, oh, that's an honest of me. And if you are that person, you don't have to be. Let me free you from that. Because that's a whole burden in itself. Especially when you're trying to make somebody, I won't say make them what you feel that they should be, but you're essentially trying to make them see them as you see them. And they might not just be there yet. And that's okay too. Because somebody also saw us in a light that we haven't seen ourselves in. And will we ever? Who knows? But we have to move in that way to understand that we're our own responsibilities. That's it. We're our own responsibilities, period. Nobody else's. So the person that you are, that you show up to be for yourself, I was so trying to hold that. I was going to take a sip to not cough, but why? It's a human part of life. But yeah, when you hold yourself to the accountability that you need to be, you show up better for everybody around you. And I know that sounds cliche. When you work on you, it's better for everybody. When you grow, it's better for everybody. Forget everybody else. If it makes you a better you, does anything else matters? But I guarantee, if you pause at any given juncture in your life and say, what does this mean to me? How can I move differently? How can I be better? What does this say about me? How can I help in this situation? How can I be humble in this situation? God, please help me in this situation to be a better person in this situation. How can I add value? How can I be an asset to anything in my life? Especially when your body tells you. Because a lot of times I'm going to the thing of, listen to your body, it's not lying to you. Listen to your body, it's not lying to you. And so many people die without never learning to listen to their body. So many people die by trying to fix people. Peace comes with surrender in a healthy way. Make peace with being enough for who you are. Not what you can give, not what you can do, not what you can manipulate, not what you can be for somebody else. But make peace with you being enough. God called you. He said that you are wonderfully made. He said that he knew the plans that he had for you. Why don't you believe him? It's our jobs. And I know, all the things that God tells us every single day, all the things that he shows us every single day, says so much about, you got this. Yep, I gave you that. Yep, I give you this again. Oh, yep, you're trying to control the narrative again. For what? I've been talking about my mom a lot. And it's maybe because her birthday is on Monday. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you so much. I love you so much. But she'll always say to us, the abundance of a heart, the man speaketh. And it's so many times in so many ways that our heart is telling us. When we speak out of our mouth, listen to yourself, not just listen to others. I think my camera is out of focus, but I hope you can see me. But if you can't, I'm still here. But yeah, like, we have to move in a way that we are responsibility for the lives that we create and the way that people experience us, because we can show up broken, unhealed, unhappy, trying to make somebody else happy, all of the things. You're responsible. And this is not a strong task. It's just more so of pausing and being more aware. But if anybody's capable of doing it, it's you. You are. Look at that. I don't know if that happens to y'all, but like, this lit up. You are capable of doing it. And I'm going to always encourage you to, until I can't. And who knows when that'll be. But as long as God gives me the message, I'll share it. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to start the second part of what seems like my day. So grateful. So grateful for anybody who took the time to listen. I had so many nudges this week to keep going. So thank you. You know who you are. Who knows when this will be shared, but I'm taking accountability and I'm starting to live my life like I own it. Trusting God, obviously, surrendering to his plan. That's why we're in flow, not force. But understanding that I have a duty to myself. When I wake up in the morning, how do I think about today? What do I say to myself? Am I in gratitude or am I being bitter? Do I love people or am I spreading hate? How I move through life matters, and how you move through life matters too. Because most of the time, if it's anything in a negative way, that's a mirror projecting back to you. Your frequency speaks louder than your words could ever. Your actions speak louder than your words can ever. Your body tells you more than your mind sometimes can comprehend, because let's be honest, it takes time for them to get on one accord, which is why you have to continue to work to be a better person. And it's a constant work. You just don't arrive and then you say you're going to stop. That's why it's a journey. That's why it's life. If it was all supposed to be figured out in however many years, you could put your own number there, it would have been done. But sometimes it doesn't happen like that. And we've seen people who passed on, and we've seen people who've lived years and years and years. Their stories are different. Their walks are similar, just like you and mine. We have similar paths in some way. We found ourselves together in some capacity. And I'm grateful for that. So, wherever you are, whenever this reaches you, I want to say deep down inside, I love you. I'm grateful for your existence. And I know God is not through with you yet, so don't give up on yourself. Everywhere you go, there you will be. Make it worth your while. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon.